it's Rosie in my bathroom, and I am in like some of the worst clothes I own because I'm doing something messy today. I'm going to be bleaching my roots, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, let's get started. So first things first, you want to remove everything from your bathroom that is not okay to get bleach on, and clean off all your countertops, and actually clean the bathroom because you're going to be in here for hours, okay? You're going to be in here so much today. You're going to be quite sick of showering by the time you're done. And then first things first, I've got this big bottle of coconut oil, and I just worked it like all the way around my forehead and my ears and the nape of my neck and through the bottoms of my hair, because even if I accidentally get bleach on them, they're white and they've got split ends and they're a mess and they don't need any more bleaching. Okay, so next things, I've got a big bottle of Developer. Okay, and then you remind the kids that the bathroom is yours right now, not theirs. There's a whole nother bathroom that they can mess around in. So I've got a bottle of Developer, and I seriously think, even if you're bleaching and bleaching and bleaching, if you go above a 30 volume bleach, I think your hair is going to fall out and that you're going to get a chemical burn. I'm just convinced. I would never do it. This is the highest ratio of volume I would use, and even that, if you can do less, do less. It should go without saying that I am not a professional, and you should seriously consider going to one. You should not be bleaching your hair unless you're prepared to shave your hair. Okay, yes, I mean it. Bzz. And, being aware that you could go blind, and you could get a chemical burn, and you could get a permanent bald spot. This is high stakes. This isn't a game. Your hair is going to be extremely damaged. It just is, and that's if you go it slow and do it just right. It's going to be extremely damaged under the best case scenario. All right, so I use Wella Color Charm bleach, and that's my favorite. Any old toner I can find on Amazon is just fine. And I've got a bucket here. I also use toners with a 20 volume Developer, but we are so far away from that right now. So very, very far. So, and I've got my broken off old hair and my clean brush. Isn't that nice? So I've got a bucket and a brush. So I'm going to start by opening my bleach shop. And there's like a piece of paper in here that says, "This is a terrible idea," or something like that. And there's a measuring scoop. And there we go. I'm going to put like 2 in, and I always do just equal parts. So I'm pretend like I'm mixing like some sort of like waffle or pancake mix, and I just do like equal parts ratios and try to get like half and half. Okay. And I can never seem to get these things mixed if I'm wearing gloves, but as soon as I finish mixing here, I'm going to scrub the heck out of my hands, and I'll be wearing gloves for the duration of these videos. I buy like a box of like medical exam gloves, and I just use like, I just rip them off and make sure that I have like a lot of them, and it's very convenient, and I can pitch them as I go. Also bad for the environment. So let's see, make sure we've covered it all. Could go blind. You could get a bald spot that never goes away. You could get a chemical burn that could get infected. You could get bleach spots on your house and your skin. What else? Oh, split ends are a best case scenario. So I hope that I'm kind of more like amusing you and talking you out of this at this point. I feel like it needed a little bit more developer. So we're just stirring. And now this is about the consistency I'm going for. See? It's like frosting. Wonderful. So I'm gonna get my gloves and wash my hands and put away my weird stuff into my hoarded bathroom cabinet of mystery and horror. Alright, be right back. But now, I've got a wet rag, and I've got, that's to see like if I get bleach on myself, and I've got all these gloves, and I've got a brush, and it's not like this lovely boar bristle brush. It's like a brush I can like wash when I'm done, but it doesn't just like totally destroy my hair. I can work this through and just make sure that any tangles are out. I've had my hair in braids today, so it's pretty easy to work with. And so from here, I'm just going to get started. Yay! See, I've got all this happening. Yay! And I'm gonna work it onto my roots and work it through. And then I'm gonna lift up like a section toward the back, not a very big one, little one, and just make sure that I'm getting the bleach all on the roots around here. I'll like split it in half gently and just make sure that every bit of the roots is getting bleach put on. And people ask me how I do the back, and I have a good answer, and that's prayer. I can sort of use a mirror to see what I'm doing, but mostly I just do it by feel. I have a big bag of clips, and I'm going to be, when I feel like each section is good and properly covered, I just sort of put it in a loose bun and clip. And I'm going to repeat this process for my entire head. And we'll check back when it's on. Alright, awesome. Okay, so I have all of my bleach on my hair. And I took my little wet washcloth and I wiped off all the bleach that I had gotten all over me. And I usually have a shower cap, but I forgot to order more. So I get to wear the bag of shame. And I am just going to wrap my hair up so that it doesn't dry out when I want it to be processing. And it looks like it's lightning really fast. I try to work pretty quickly while getting an even coverage so that I don't end up with my hair processing for too long, but we're gonna hang out for about 15 to 20 minutes and then I'm gonna rinse it out. Okay, and you'll see I did not bleach my ends, okay? Because they don't need it. Even if they've gotten a little bit of yellow, that's gonna be fixed when I'm toning it. So here we go, we're just gonna hang out. I'm gonna go charge my phone and watch some TV. Alright, my hair is looking very, very light. It's actually a little more yellow than it's showing in this video, but it's looking really, really light. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it. It's been more like 10 minutes, not 20, but I'd rather put another process on than over bleach it. If I rinse it out and find like there's spots that needed more attention, I'm just gonna bleach it again. It usually takes me 2 bleachings, but for whatever reason it's picking up fast today, probably because it's like 95 degrees where I am. And a quick note about showering, I'm not gonna be using shampoo or conditioner or anything. I'm just gonna rinse, and I have a shower head that comes off, so I'm gonna be tilting my head back and taking care not to be flooding my ears with bleach water or rinsing it down my face the whole time or soaking my butt in it. because that wouldn't be very nice for any of my other body parts. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so my bleach is all rinsed out, and I want to give you an extremely processed hair care tip, which is when you're brushing, start low on the hair and work up. That way, if you've got a tangle at the bottom, you're not ripping out from the root. And then you'll notice I'm not doing that classic movie thing and put a towel on my head and rub, rub, rub. No, this is fragile hair, so I just grab sections and I just blot it in a towel. And this certainly turned out really light, but I want to show you the back. Okay, internet. I have let my hair dry, and it is really, really, really light. It's damp, but it's not like soaking. Sorry, I just can't get this camera to sit up properly. On the back, which is where I bleached last, I have like the littlest bit of a lemony look. So I'm just gonna start my toner there. But it's really, really light, and I feel like it would not benefit from a second coloring. So this is Wella T18. This is my favorite toner. It gets the hair really, really light. Lightest ash blonde. So I'm going to open this up and put it in my now very, very, very clean bowl. And I've got a very, very clean brush, and I'm just going to pour the whole thing in because I have a lot of hair. Alright, and now here's the toner. I'm only using a 20 toner for this, okay? Just gonna pour it in here once and twice because the ratio is 2 to 1. Here we go. And I'm gonna cap that back off, and I'm gonna mix this up. It's going to turn like a pale purple color, and it has the capacity to stain everything purple. So if you didn't bleach everything earlier, you can make it all purple now. Yay, purple. And speaking of yay purple, we are really, really, really not going to want to leave this on for too long, okay? Easy does it. I would rather have to buy another toner and put it on again than go too purple by mistake, unless you like too purple. I usually overshoot the mark a little bit because in a day or two it'll fade back to being kind of brassy, especially because I'm doing a lot of yard work lately and I have to keep on top of purple shampoo every week or 10 days. Yeah, I just use Clairol Shimmer Lights. It really is that scientific. I'm going to work it into the back of my hair and get it really saturated. And I'm being gentle with my hair, but I'm just massaging it into the back. And just want to get everything coated, and unlike before, I'm not going to be avoiding the rest of my hair. It's fine if it all gets toner on it. I just heard like a splat sound. I'm so glad I put a towel on the floor because then my floor won't be turning purple. And I'm going to go to the bottoms where it gets all yellow, and I'm going to work that through. And then I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to get all in here. Yay! And toner is magic. In high school, I didn't know about toner, and so I was always just like bleaching, and wondering why I couldn't get past yellow. But it's because bleach removes color, and you want, after bleaching, to correct your color to an actual shade you like. Unless you like the bleach look, and then, you know, rock it. But yeah. I'm just working that all through. So did I mention that this is horrible for your hair and that you should never, like, even if you dyed it back, it's just not going to be very nice looking anymore. It's going to be really raggedy. So this is just kind of like when you dye your hair black with a box of dye, you should just sort of accept that that's your life now, and if you ever get another color after that, it's because you went to a pro or fairies came, or you bleached the heck out of it and dyed it with manic panic. And kind of similar wise, once you go platinum, that's your life now. You can make it darker, but it's never going to be healthy again. You can keep trimming off that platinum and being nicer to the hair and, you know, work your way out. But that's just what it is. And the maintenance is really intense. So I don't do my roots a ton, but every couple months I spend a few hours bleaching and toning my hair, and I don't get to wash it very much. I don't use a lot of heat tools because that would probably make it fall out in chunks. This is beautiful, right? And what else? I don't hit the salon very often, and I have a stylist who just won't judge me too much, because you get in a salon chair with hair like this and they're going to take off like 10 inches unless you get really, really assertive, because they just know that it's very, very unhealthy hair. And I'm like having to be very, very firm when I get my trims, like, yo, I know it's really, really unhealthy. I'm like, it's not going to stop being unless we shave it, so please hack the inch off the bottom, or I did it myself, which is fine. Yeah, so you'll see how it's kind of like turning purple, which is fun. There we go. There's a Gogo Bordello song that I'll now sing for you, even though I don't really remember how it goes, but it's like, start wearing purple for me now. I'm really sorry to everyone, but especially Gogo Bordello for that. It's a good song. Alright, so I feel like it's getting pretty well worked through the hair, and the body of the hair is reacting faster than the roots. That's alright though. It's cool, right? Very Smurfy good times. No, Smurfs aren't purple. Purple people eater? Who wears short shorts? They're not that short. Alright. I think we're pretty cool. I think I'm gonna let this chill about 10 minutes, and when I rinse this out, I am going to use my purple shampoo and leave it on for a couple minutes. If any part still looks a little yellower than I'd like, chances are I'll look purpler than I'd like. And I will use a deep conditioner and leave that on for about 10 or 20 minutes and just like let the hair eat it. I'll rinse it off with cool water, you know, no need to heat blast it. And that'll be nice. No need to worry. Wonderful. So purple. Okay. I feel like it is as well incorporated to the hair as it could be. So, gloves off, camera off, short wait, and then the reveal. Also, while I'm chilling, I'm probably going to be straightening up these eyebrows and pulling off this gorgeous mustache. I am not hating, but I have like a sensory issue with the mustache after a while, where it I start to feel very physically aware of how it feels to have the hair there, and then I pull it off. So, away it goes. Talk to you soon. Okay, I just had to listen to Gogo Bordello, and now I'm all purple. I made some garlic bread. I was hungry. And it's time to take a shower. Yay! Okay, so I rinsed out my toner, and it's a little bit purple, but again, the hair looks less dark when it dries. And I have a bunch of this Ion Deep Repair Conditioner in there, and I'm going to leave that in for a couple minutes. Hello, Internet. So my hair is done, and when I first got out of the shower, it was like lilac colored, which it usually is, don't panic, but then like super bleached hair, when it dries, it's like whitish silvery gray, which is just like perfect. And beware of the curse, which is to say, like, you get so into your blonding that you start to see colors that other people can't see. So I'm looking and I'm like, I don't know, there's a little bit of yellow in here. Can you see yellow? Because I think it's not actually there. I'm like, I could have lightened a little bit more before I don't. No, you have to maintain the integrity of your hair over the goal of the shiny silver. Otherwise, it's all gonna fall out. Now, even though I deep conditioned for a really long time and ate so much garlic bread, it is really, really dry. So, well, actually, it's a little damp right now because it's still drying, but the hair itself is fried and dry. So, I am going to be soaking this in coconut oil and leave-in conditioners, and probably going to hit it with a heat tool like once just to try and seal up the cuticle. This is all bad advice, but this is what I'm going to do. And you're not on a flight of imagination. I did trim my bangs because I was overdue, and I chopped off the bottom like 1/4 of an inch because I wanted to take off like the worst of the split end forest, but it's all dead straight up to the roots now. So there's that. And I touched up my eyebrows and took off the mustache, so I'm looking super Vulcan right now, which is awesome. Live long and prosper. Hi, buddy. So I am going to now compile this video and share my secrets with you. But seriously, y'all, I don't think you should do this. I think you should go to a professional, save up your pennies, and get it done right. Oh, hello, cat. And if they really, really, really love you, they'll teach you how eventually, and you can maintain your roots, or you can just like have a standing thing with it. But there are reasons that people do their own hair, like they have conditions or lives that do not allow them to go to a stylist, or they are in an area where people just don't do this kind of hair. Like, there isn't an Instagram person who you can find who is going to do this. There just isn't someone. And I think that while rightly so, there are going to be some stylists clutching their pearls, and I'm sorry, I really am. I'm also aware that there are regions where you're just not going to find people who do ridiculous, horrible hipster hair for good reason. That's just not what they want to be associated with. That's not what they like, and that can put a person into a bit of a bind, especially if you are in some sort of specific space where you're not sure you're going to get good service because of who you are. There's few things more vulnerable than being in someone's hairstyling chair. So there are reasons that have nothing to do with bad judgment or budgets that people decide to do their own hair. And there are better videos than mine, but people didn't ask for a tutorial on how to be the best on making their hair white. Please find those instead if you're really going to do this. People asked how I do what I do. This is how I do what I do. And what I'd recommend if you want to do what I do is that you find a local stylist, because there is a lot of risk here. And I would also suggest that if you are going to try really lifting your hair color, that you see if you can't convince yourself to hang out at and enjoy a darker or medium blonde for a while, and see if you can handle that level of maintenance. Because then if you can handle that, you're like, oh, well, yeah, I can do this and I like it. And if you don't like it and you hate it, you haven't actually made your hair into like straw. Okay, well, hopefully this was interesting. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. This is one of my most requested videos, and I've been so hesitant to do it. But here it is. It's all out there. It is not a how-to. It is a what you probably shouldn't do. And if you're going to do research, I suggest you find another video to actually follow for the step-by-steps. This is just what I actually do. And now you know. All right. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.